I want to talk about something that's very important to everyone, something that's going to affect everybody, and something which has driven a lot of our business decisions, and that is retirement planning. So finding out sufficient money to be able to live, or finding out how to invest to have sufficient money to live at the end of time, or at the end of your time. It's a vital decision-making process, and for the purpose of today, I want us to compare a retirement annuity with a property investment. I'm going to take you through stuff on the board here as to how I approached it and the reason I've chosen property investment. The numbers should be self-explanatory, and then you make your decision. In today's world, we need to be financially literate. It's nearly more important than being to be able to read and write. We know that that is important, but let us get educated about what the numbers tell us and how to invest and how to look after our end years, and rather than burdening loved ones to be able to look after us. So I'm going to take you through some numbers, a graph over here, just to show you a comparison between the two, and then we'll talk about it a little further. So I've got a graph. On this side, I've got years, and this side is monthly payments. So we'll start on a number here of 2,000 Rand per month. And that is, we're going to take a retirement annuity that you pay towards for the 25-year period at 2,000 Rand a month. It's a vanilla retirement annuity, a premium and a monthly payment that will increase and escalate, 6% inflation linked per year until it matures at year 25 over there. And then we're going to compare apples with apples. We're going to take a property that needs a 2,000 repayment. And how that works is we're taking a 650,000 Rand, 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment, which gets a rental of around 6,000 Rand a month. We do many of these, so we know that this works, this is available. Once you deduct the rental income minus the expenses, you'll have a shortfall of around 2,000 Rand a month. So we've got a good starting point that is same for both. So let's go with the retirement annuity, 2,000 Rand a month in year 1. Next year there will be an increase, 6%, so it's going to go up. Let me use a different color pen for that. It's going to go up. And so it continues through the life cycle, and we'll get a graph that looks something like that. At 25 years it matures, so that value then is available to yourself, and that money has got to look after you for the rest of your time. Now there are some rules that govern that, but for the interests of the comparison, we're going to give you a value. You can use an RA calculator on the web to verify that my numbers are right. So if you're paying 2,000 Rand a month and it's escalating at 6% per annum, then you're going to end up at the 25 years with a lump sum amount of around 3.2 million Rand. If I just take this up here, at that point in time, you are going to be paying out 8,000 Rand per month. Okay? Don't worry about the big number. That's just rental escalations. Your salary should increase, or your income increase, same, inflation linked. So you'll be paying out 8,000 Rand at the last year, 8,000 Rand per month to get to your 25 maturing value, and you're going to then get paid out 3.2 million Rand. So if we add up all of the amounts that we have paid to the retirement annuity over the years, we're going to get to an amount of 1.3 million, somewhere thereabouts. So if I calculate the difference there, we have 1.9 million, and that's for simple return on investment. So you have paid 1.3 million through the 25 years, and your maturing value is 3.2 million, which then leaves you that you have made 1.9 million Rand. Roughly 240 to 250% return on investment. Okay, that's sort of a retirement annuity. If we go to the property investment, where you've got a 2,000 Rand shortfall repayment to the bank. Remember, the bank has bought the property for you, and your return or your shortfall is 2,000 Rand a month because you've got an income of 6,000 Rand a month. So what happens next year? Next year, there's been a rental escalation. Now, escalations historically have been around 6 to 7% per annum. Sometimes 10, sometimes 5, but overall, we're going to use an average of 6%, which is the same as the retirement annuity. What will happen is you're going to start getting a downward curve, because next year there's an escalation of rental income into your pocket. That means you pay less back to the bank. I'm going to draw a little dotted line here. This is important because as the escalations increase, so it crosses that dotted line, which is your break-even point. And that generally is in year 6. Sometimes 5, sometimes 6. Finish again on the 25th year. So at that break-even point, what it means is that your income coming in is sufficient to pay back the bank. There's no more money coming out of your pocket, but break even, it covers all your costs. So from there to there, you have surplus, enough to pay back the bank and leave money in your pocket. You can choose over that period of time to enjoy it, pay for some nice things, little extras, or pay it back into the bond, which will reduce your repayment quite substantially. So if you have a look, I color this section in. That is your repayment section, the amount that you're going to pay for your property investment. And if I do a calculation, I'll get to somewhere around 68,000 Rand at 2,000 Rand a month, which is then decreasing with rental escalations. We'll get a 68,000 Rand a month that we have paid out for the property investment. So let's do the numbers here. What's the value of my property? So we've got to get a value to match that. Do we see how do we compare that? The value of my property. Again, let's use historical numbers, not plucking it out of my head. Historically, property has increased by 7% over the years. So if I take that and I get my property value, ironically, it comes in very similar. So my property will be worth 3.2 million Rand. How much have I paid to get that? Well, there it is there. There's the section. I've paid 68,000 Rand. I think we can see, for the sake of easy, 3.1 million Rand is your return on investment, which, if we work out a percentage, 4,500%. So that in a nutshell was how I approached my investment decisions. And I was like, that makes sense to me. It doesn't take rocket science to figure out what costs me only 68,000. I will end up with a value of 3.2 million. My return on investment is much better. Further to that, I also have an income from that position to that position. This is money coming into my pocket. If I take all of that, how much money is coming into my pocket over that period while I'm still repaying the bank at its agreed rate? I actually end up with money being paid back to me for my investment. So I haven't paid 68K. I will have received money to get an asset. If I take this year at the 25-year mark, how much is this coming in? With rental escalations, we'll be getting 26,000 Rand a month on year 25. So this is money coming into your pocket, an income stream, on top of my capital appreciation value. There's lots that can be said about this and how this can further benefit how you retire. This amount of value is paid up. I can leverage it. I can get money out if I want, while I still keep the income asset. So for me, this makes more sense. I think the big question is, then why do people not do this? Why are we not all jumping in? And one of the biggest reasons, not the only reason, biggest reasons is that sometimes people just don't know how to do it. Sometimes they just haven't done it. We've done many of these. You can do the same. If you are further interested in information where we can explain to you maybe about a product that we are selling, we're doing many of these developments where we keep a whole bunch of them. We also sell a few to investors. If this interests you, contact us on the below link or below email. We're happy to send you information, even if you just want to chat to understand this a little bit further. So thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next time about financial literacy.